to grill, you are gonna love what I have for you today. I promise. It's chicken breast with a special cinnamon smoky rub on it. And then it is covered in bourbon peaches. Yup, bourbon peaches. It is so good that literally one of my kids grabbed some before I had the chance to get the video done. So I know you're gonna love it. These bourbon peaches make the dish. They are smoky, a little bit spicy from some Chipotle in there, and a good shot of bourbon, which all cooks off, so don't worry about the kids. But it just leaves just a delicious, kind of sticky, saucy, caramelized bunch of goodness. And when you put it on that chicken breast, oh my goodness, it is amazing. So let's head over to the kitchen and get started. I've butterflied the chicken breast because that's my preference. If you've watched very many of my videos, you know that. But you don't have to if you prefer to have the whole chicken breast. It's just too much for most of the people in my family to eat. So I like to butterfly them because they cook faster and they go farther. But you do it whatever way you want. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle on the dry rub. And this dry rub is, the recipe is included down below, and it's cinnamon and smoked paprika, some chipotle, lots of good things, some brown sugar. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna sprinkle this on the chicken, and you don't have to use all of it. Just, you know, whatever you think that you're gonna need. And then turn the chicken over. If you've missed some places, get those. Turn the chicken over and get the other side. Now, if you are dipping your hand in to this like I am, you want to throw out any remaining dry rub because it's could have the salmonella or whatever from the raw chicken. The best thing to do is to put a little bit in a cup and then use a little bit and then use a little bit more until you know exactly what you want. Okay. I like a lot of this, obviously. We're just gonna rub that in just a little bit. And then that's gonna set for at least 30 minutes while we're making the bourbon peaches. After we put the dry rub on the chicken, it's time to start on the peaches. So I'm gonna turn my power on. It's a little weird to do it backwards. Okay, so I'm going to put it on 370. I'm going to put the peaches in. And I did not stop to cut them up. So I'm going to do that right now while they're in the pan. Just cut those up a little bit. It doesn't matter. If you like them in the slices, you can leave them in slices. But when you're serving it with the chicken, it makes a better bite to, you know, have these in bite-sized pieces. That's all. Whichever way you like it's fine. But it's always good to do it like before you actually put it in the pan, not after. Now, what I've done is, this is 2 cans of peaches. 15 ounces maybe. I'll check and I'll make sure that that is in the recipe. But 2 normal sized cans of peaches, and I drained one and left the juice on the other. It's important that you get the peaches that are in fruit juice and not heavy syrup, because that will make them too sweet. You want a nice balance between sweet and savory and spicy and everything good. So now I'm going to add the balsamic, And you can use plain balsamic. I happen to be using a vanilla fig balsamic because I thought it would be really good with this. And companies gifted me with all kinds of cool balsamic vinegars. So if you want to get a fancy one, you could even probably find a peach balsamic vinegar. But plain is perfectly fine. We're going to put in the garlic that's chopped, our onions, brown sugar. I used half brown sugar and half white sugar. You can use all white sugar or all brown sugar if you want. Brown sugar kind of overwhelms it, but I like it half and half, so try it that way and see if you like it too. And chipotle. This is 1 chipotle pepper in adobo because they are very hot. I mashed it, and I'm going to put half of it in, and then I'm going to leave the rest of it for later in case I feel like I need more. And to that, we're going to add half the bourbon. Stir that up, and you want to simmer that until the liquid is evaporated. It doesn't take that long. It takes maybe 15 minutes. And while the liquid is evaporating, of course, the garlic and the onions and the peaches and the chipotle pepper and everything are all cooking together and just creating the most amazing flavor. As you can see, most of the liquid has evaporated. It smells so good. I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to add just a little bit more bourbon, because you can never have too much bourbon. The reason that I'm doing that is that most of the bourbon cooks off and burns off, and it does leave some flavor, but I want to have a nice flavor from the bourbon, so that's why I'm doing that. I'm going to grab a spoon and give it a taste. When you taste it, you don't need to taste the peaches. You can just taste the juice because the flavor really is in there. It's gotten really thick. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really thickened up and it's more of a glaze now. And it will become more so as it sits and the peaches soak up more of the juice. That is so delicious. I'm not going to need to add any more chipotle to it. If it was for me, I probably would, but there are those in my family that do not like things to be too spicy. So I'm going to leave it like this. We're going to set this aside, and then we're going to take our chicken out to the grill. The grill is getting hot, so I'm going to put the chicken on it. And remember, I lay it crosswise so that the grill marks go crosswise instead of straight up and down. I just like it better that way, but you can do it whatever way you want to. I'm big on being yourself. And I'm just going to pre-warn you that I am outside, so there's going to be all kinds of noises. Plus we have workmen working in the back of our property, and if they happen to come up and start talking, I'm sorry about that, but it could happen. Got our chicken pieces on the grill. So we'll just let those cook and then flip them and let them cook on the other side, and we'll be done. Everything's flipped around because the sun got low enough that it made it really hard for me to see into the camera and what was going on and making sure that y'all could see. So I flipped you over to the other side, and it's time to also flip this chicken over to the other side. I'll tell you something funny. My camera, the wind picked up and my camera blew over into the grill. So that should be interesting. Look at those beautiful grill marks. These stayed on the one side a little bit longer than I would normally put them because I was having to handle the camera emergency. But you can see these beautiful grill marks, and it just looks delicious. It smells amazing. So I'm going to finish this up and then we'll take it off the grill. Looks like it's time to take these off the grill. Yep, they're just a little over 160, and as they sit, they will continue to cook and reach a very safe 165. Doesn't that look delicious? Can you see it? I can't tell what y'all can see and what you can't see right now because the sun's in my eyes. But if you can see it, it sure does look delicious, and it smells delicious too. We're back in the house with our chicken, and I am going to put it on the plate. Again, I have this thing about pretty, so I put the awfulest one down. Is awfulest a word? I put the most awful one down first, and then I put the other ones on top of it. But these grill marks are just gorgeous, and this, I wish you could smell this because it smells so good. Now, I bet you can guess what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna spoon that yummy peach sauce right over the top. And I'm gonna put the rest of it in a serving bowl to serve on the table in case anybody wants more, and you know they will. Look at that. It's beautiful, it's delicious, it's fabulous for summer. And definitely southern. I mean, does it even get more southern than peaches and bourbon? I don't think so. So I'm gonna take it on into the kitchen so we can talk about it. Come on. You caught me. So, what did you think? Does that look delicious? It is totally delicious. It's just those grill marks and the peaches and the bourbon and the onions and all of it together. Oh, so good. I'm going to cut a bite and see what it tastes like. But I already know what it tastes like. It tastes good. Y'all know it's super hard to eat on video because you have to make sure that you take a tiny little bite. It has to be enough for you to taste the food, but it has to be tiny enough that you can chew it and get it out of your mouth when you need to talk again without sitting here for 10 minutes chewing. It's very difficult. Let's see if I can do it. Almost. The rub gives the chicken a smoky, spicy, cinnamony, hard to explain deliciousness. It's tender, it's juicy. The peaches on top of it are caramelized, and with the onion and the chipotle, so good. I hope that y'all give this a try. It's grilling season, and let's not heat up the kitchen. Let's do as much cooking outside as we can, okay? Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back next week. And remember that the nutrition information and more tips and more everything are over on the blog, and that link is below. So yeah, I guess we're done. I'm gonna eat this, enjoy my dinner. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I love ya, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.